As we know today, and they did not know back in 1775 and 1776, independence was not a foregone conclusion. Independence is not a self-fulfilling prophecy. Neither is liberty, and neither is the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment, which guarantees and underlies all the other freedoms that we enjoy, is not a self-fulfilling prophecy, although it reflects a gift from God to defend ourselves as His children on this earth. We must always be cognizant and ready to fight for its survival. As we look forward to the next 3 years of this horrible, terrible, destructive administration in Washington, the battle for the Second Amendment falls on our shoulders here in Georgia. We are fortunate to have a governor who understands and fights for the Second Amendment affirmatively, not just defensively. We are lucky to have a strong Republican Party here in Cobb County that understands and fights for the Second Amendment affirmatively and defensively. We cannot rely, as much as we might like, on Washington. We cannot and should not rely totally on the Supreme Court, although thankfully we have, or appear to have, a majority that will fight for and uphold the Second Amendment. But we also know, history tells us, that even if the Supreme Court, as they did 12, 13 years ago, affirmed the Second Amendment as the personal, individual right to keep and bear arms, that does not guarantee that that right will filter down through governments at all levels. Thus is it today. We need to make sure, despite the makeup of the Supreme Court, that we here in Georgia elect and keep in office people, men and women, who understand and will affirmatively fight for the Second Amendment. That is our charge. Without that, that precious right guaranteed in the Second Amendment, but not a self-fulfilling prophecy, will continue for ourselves, our children, and our grandchildren. So fight for that right with regard to every single candidate that will be, and we hope to have on the ballot, from our governor's reelection all the way down to our local seats and races, including that 34th seat. Every one of these positions is absolutely critical. So please keep that in mind and support the Second Amendment, and make sure that every candidate on the ballot that we support feels likewise and has the courage to stand up for that Second Amendment, and to make sure, as Charlton Heston once said, "From my cold, dead hands," make sure that we here in Cobb County make sure that that firearm is never pried from our hands. Thank you all, and God bless the Republican Party of Cobb County.